So the current banking system, I haven't studied the contracts of the banks in this country, right? I haven't studied that. But generally speaking, anything that involves riba, insurance, or these types of things, they're not permissible, all right? So I guess your question, because it's related to commerce, is, okay, how do I borrow money, right? How do I start a business when I don't have the capital? Is it related to that, yeah? Because we can't go to a bank and get money with a haram riba loan, right? So since you're all here in Makkah, and I should hope that everybody is on the same page here, we're not going to go to riba banks. Is that clear, yes or no? Yes. Good, that's the first thing. The second thing that I saw an overview of these guys, the course that they've done, right? I haven't seen the whole course, but I saw the overview. I thought there was something very, very clever that they did. Is they made the first module of the course drop shipping, right? Why do you think they made the module, and I'm presuming this is the case, right? Yes? Okay, so I haven't discussed this with them, but as soon as I saw it, because I'm a businessman as well, I understood why they did this. Drop shipping requires a minimum amount of capital. It's not, you don't physically have to buy, 10,000 units or whatever, right? It's a very small amount of capital that you need. But the potential is there to make your first $10,000, $20,000, which you can then invest in a proper business. We don't call drop shipping proper businesses, huh? So in a proper business. So when you're talking about banking, I linked it back to this because as Muslims, we understand that when you start getting involved in interest, you might end up making money, but you will never have satisfaction and you will never have barakah in that money. I promise you that. I, as a businessman myself, I had to borrow money from friends and family in order to start some business. But there are ways. If you make dua to Allah, Allah will find ways for you. I remember I was stuck here. Many of you can relate to this. I'd studied for 4 years. I didn't want to go back to the UK. And I needed a way to stay here. My kafir said, you have to go back. At that point, and Jazakallah khair, he helped me while I was a student. But after I finished, I had to go back. However, a friend of mine, he came to me, and I was, by that time, a really poor student, right? I'd gone through 4 years, all my savings, everything had gone. He sat down with me, a friend of mine, and he said to me, make dua, Allah will find a way for you. Right? Don't worry, Allah will find a way for you. No joke, within maybe 3 days, I was able to raise something like £80,000 just in 3 or 4 days, just like that. I had no idea where I was going to get the money from. I made dua and Allah made ways for you. Right? And this is a consistent theme you see throughout in all the courses and all the speeches. You hit a dip at the bottom, and that's when you start going back up. Right? So, and that's why I'm still here today, 10 years later, alhamdulillah. So you've got to, there are different ways. You'll find that way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make ways. But you have to have the right mindset that I'm not going to engage in haram. I will not, oh Allah, I will not engage in haram. Now, oh Allah, find me a way. And Allah will find that way.